Hello friends, and first off, I'm really sorry there hasn't been a video in a little while. I swear that I made a video last week, but she has had a multitude of technical problems with her MacBook, and the latest is that she cannot save the file out from iMovie, so she hasn't been able to upload it because she can't save it. Also, she can't put it straight to YouTube from iMovie either. Anyway, that's why it's me again in 2 videos in a row, and this week I'm going to start a new series called Being an Au Pair, and the first video is going to be about how to choose your family. Now, a bit of background. I was au pairing in England, Kent for 6 months from January 2016 to July 2016. I went there under a bit of unusual circumstances. It was just a couple of days after my graduation in December when we got a message from my mom's friend who said that she has a friend in England who needs an au pair urgently and would I like to go. And I was looking at a half year ahead of me with nothing, absolutely nothing to do except for studying for entrance exams, so of course I jumped at the opportunity. So there wasn't really I didn't go through the process of looking at different families and choosing between them, but I think I still have something to contribute to you if you are going through the traditional route of choosing your family. Now, I think first you need to consider what are you actually signing up for, because when I went it was more of a oh my god I'm going to be near to London, and less of a oh my god I'm going to be looking after children. So first, try to get your expectations straight, and then think about how many children are you going to be able to cope with. Now, I had 2, one of whom who was at school most of the day, and that was more than enough for me. I doubt that I would have been able to cope with 3 children or more, and 2 for full days would have been a lot too. So consider that, and also consider what kind of experience you have with kids, if you do have any, so what ages you are used to working with. The older child that I had, he was 7, and I had been working with kids that age earlier, so it was a bit easier, but the younger one, she was 3, or she was 2.5 when I went, and then she turned 3 during my stay. And I hadn't worked with kids that small before. That was okay, I learned quickly, she was really lovely, but it's very different if you haven't worked with kids that young before, or even younger, babies. I can imagine a whole different handful. And secondly, it's also really important that you get on with the parents. So if you have the chance, I recommend you either call them or Skype them before you go, and they are bound to ask you questions, so you'll be honest, but also you can have questions for them, and that's completely okay. And I think that's something you should do. You should ask if you have any worries about the pay, about taxes, about healthcare, about any sorts of things. You go into a different country without your own family, all on your own, so it's probably gonna be scary. It was scary, for me at least. So feel free to ask any and all questions that cross your mind, and also about their family life and what kind of diet they're on. I mean, I was lucky because I don't eat much meat. I don't eat meat, and the family that I was in didn't really eat that much meat either, so that wasn't a problem. But that's something, if you have special diet restrictions, something you should take into consideration. If the kids have special needs, that's also something you should take into consideration. and it's fair of them to tell you about that in advance. Try to get in contact with the parents and just create a relationship with them prior to you leaving. And then sometimes it just happens that even if you have done all this background work and you have been really trying to make sure that this family is good for you and that you're good for them, sometimes when you get there it just doesn't work out, and that's unfortunate but quite common, and families that have had au pairs before will know that, and they probably have had someone quit on them earlier than what was agreed, and that's also okay. Just let them know in time so that they'll have time to find another au pair to replace you, and if you're lucky you find a good family for you on the first try, and you get to have an amazing time as an au pair. But really, like, my top thing when you're thinking about choosing your family is to remember what you're signing up for. You're not signing up for a 6-month or a 12-month holiday. You're signing up for a very hard job. So keep that in mind, and I wish you best of luck.